Ariel Helwani suggests Jon Jones might be avoiding Tom Aspinall. Ariel Helwani is raising serious questions that a lot of MMA fans have quietly been asking. Is Jon Jones ducking Tom Aspinall? According to Helwani, the timeline speaks volumes. After making quick work of Cyril Gane and locking in a bout with Stipe Miocic, Jones made it clear he wasn't done. He talked about legacy, about cementing his place at heavyweight. But things have changed. Now that Tom Aspinall is the clear #1 contender and holding the interim belt, Jon's talk has shifted toward retirement. Helwani doesn't sugarcoat it. He says if Jon had retired after beating Stipe Miocic, there'd be no argument. But now, it's different. The longer this stretches out, the more it looks like he's trying to avoid the one man everyone wants him to face. It's about legacy. Jon's resume is almost unmatched. Championship reigns, dominant performances, and iconic wins. But walking away without fighting Aspinall, especially when he's right there holding the interim belt, that's not something fans are likely to forget. And Aspinall isn't just sitting back. He defended his interim title and made a huge statement doing it. Meanwhile, it's been over half a year since Jones last stepped inside the cage, and we still have no return date. Here's what Ariel said. If you're enjoying the content and want to stay ahead of all the biggest MMA stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got more fight talk, breaking news, and behind-the-scenes moments coming your way. Don't miss it.
Jon Jones would have retired in New York in November, right? Madison Square Garden, after beating Stipe. None of this would be a thing. He'll explain it, he'll spin it in some way, shape, or form, and he is right. As I've said, this doesn't affect what he did in 2011, 2013, 2014. It can't, it shouldn't. But when the story is finally written, this will be the last chapter of his fight career. The last chapter of his fight career is he moved up to heavyweight. He fought Cyril Gane. He waited a very long time to fight a much older Stipe Miocic. And then when there was a true, legitimate #1 guy, interim champion, not just another guy, a guy that the whole world wanted to see fight him, he said, "Peace, I'm out of here." Now, in an alternate universe, I would love to know if it was like a Stipe-like fighter. Does he say the same? Is he saying goodbye because it's Tom? We'll never know the answer to that question. We'll never know.
Moving up next, Daniel Cormier weighs in on Ilia Topuria, leaving his team before UFC 317. Daniel Cormier is concerned, and rightfully so. Just weeks out from his title defense at UFC 317, Ilia Topuria has decided to split from the team that helped build him into a world-class champion. To DC, that's a major red flag. He understands wanting to shake things up or try something new, but making that kind of change this close to fight night, especially against someone as seasoned and dangerous as Charles Oliveira, that could backfire. Topuria relocated his camp to Madrid and insists there's no bad blood. But the timing couldn't be more risky. He's facing a former champion with more UFC finishes than anyone in history. Someone who thrives in chaos and knows how to capitalize on even the smallest mistake. On paper, it's a fascinating matchup. Ilia's fast hands and relentless pressure against Oliveira's slick jiu-jitsu and versatile striking. But Daniel isn't sold on the move.
He and his team are kind of going in separate directions just because of the schedule. They said it's no bad blood. I really don't know how, at this point, a month before what will be your opportunity to win a second title, how much effect that will have on Team Topuria. Honestly, if I'm Ilia, I'm still just using those guys. Because even if I have to do my training camp with someone else, I know that those guys know me so well that if they can get with me for a week, 2 weeks, we are still so aligned, especially if there's no bad blood. We're still so aligned that we will get through the fight and we will still be able to coexist. Not only coexist, but also we gel, right? This is a team that got this guy from a young man to being 16-0 or 17-0 UFC champion, beating two of the greatest featherweights of all time. To have that familiarity is very important to an athlete.
Moving up next, what really went down between Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad. The tension between Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad has been building for a long time. But thanks to Henry Cejudo, we finally know what happened when it all boiled over. Leading up to UFC 315, both fighters were supposed to be guests on the Pound for Pound podcast with Henry. But the episode was pulled and fans were left wondering why. Now, Henry's telling the full story, and it's wild. He said things got physical. Usman threw the first shot. Belal wasn't backing down. And in the middle of it all, Cejudo tried to play mediator with a sprained ankle. The studio turned into chaos. Apparently, this wasn't just a shouting match. It escalated into a legit brawl, with production staff stepping in to stop it. And according to Cejudo, Belal had already warned people that if he saw Usman in Montreal, it was going to go down. And that's exactly what happened.
There was already drama like coming in, so once they came in, and then I was kind of like the mediator there, like, hey, what's up, Belal? What do you think of Kamaru? Kamaru, what do you think of Belal? And then shit just started kind of escalating. You know what I'm saying? So then all of a sudden, I think Kamaru said it's on site, and then Belal said, well, it's on site. What's up? And then Kamaru gets up, and then. So legit, there's a scuffle there, dude. I was in the middle. I had a fucking sprained ankle. I was trying to help. Like the whole production crew, like everybody kind of started coming in. Kamaru started it, but I could see why. There was about a good maybe 8 people there. Like 4 was trying to get on Belal, and then but the hands were thrown.
Was Ali there?
Slaps were given.
Was Ali there? The manager?
No, he wasn't.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, no, Ali would have checked both of them.
Bro, it's a wild scene when 2 MMA fighters like fighting like no rules, like just out of anger.
Jon Jones' next move, Ilia Topuria's risky shakeup, and a full-on fight behind the scenes between 2 of the top welterweights. MMA continues to deliver pure chaos outside the cage. If you're enjoying these stories, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe. We've got more coming soon, and you won't want to miss it.